Yo, what up? How you guys doing out there today? This is your boy Roto Beats. I'm here with my boy Jeremy, aka DFS Dudes, and we're here to present you our NFL Week 9 picks for the week. So if you're new to this channel, please make sure and click the subscribe button below. This way you can watch all of our NFL, NBA, and MLB videos. And if you haven't went and checked out our website at dfscheatsheet.com, you're absolutely missing out. We have all the tools to help you compete with the pros day in and day out, including a complete optimizer, tons of content, everything that you need. So make sure and check out the site, dfscheatsheet.com. So, hey, how you doing out there, Jeremy?
I'm good, man. What's up? It's been a busy week. It's been a busy month. Hey, I just want to let everybody know that's watching this. If you are already subscribed to a member, get ready because there's a whole bunch of tools that we're about to roll out in the next version that we're about to update on the site. Hey, we're killing it, man. We are killing it. If you're not a member right now, getting those cash game lineups that have been on absolute fire, and you're not getting the information that we're providing every day within the website, you are missing out. So sign up, man. You got nothing to lose besides your own money that and from your own bankroll, I guess, huh?
Yeah, so I'm ready to get into this NFL Week 9 picks. Before we do, if you guys don't mind, please take that quick second, click the like button for me down below. It helps me out a lot when you guys click that like button, and I appreciate it. So I'm just gonna get us started, man. We're gonna go. Personally, I'm going with Cam Newton. I'm going right back to the well. I want to attack the Tampa Bay defense. They're the worst defense in the league by far. And I think Cam Newton's in a solid spot. I think that this guy should be the chalk play on the slate. But the fact that he's listed as questionable right now with the shoulder injury, I think that's going to scare a couple of people away, and it's fine with me. Cam Newton's a tough dude. I expect him to play. He will be out there, in my opinion, if I had to take a guess on it. So I really like him against the Tampa Bay defense. This game has a very high implied total. One thing that you really got to like about Cam Newton is the guys rushed the ball at least 7 times every single game this year. He's giving you a really solid floor for your cash games with those rushes. And quietly, you may not know this, but Cam Newton actually is second in the league in fantasy points, this season for quarterbacks. So the guy, hey, he's just been quietly playing very well on the season, very consistent, giving you, like I said, a solid floor for your cash games. The guy has, another thing you got to like too is the guy has 4 TDs on the ground. Plus, he's thrown at least 2 TDs in 6 straight games. So, yeah, man, the guy's playing well, averaging 25 fantasy points on the season. I understand the price tag's up, but I think the guy's a very good cash game play.
Yeah, I don't mind Cam Newton, but this is, I think, one of the few times I'll disagree with you as far as who I think the chalk is going to be. For me, the absolute chalk this week is Ryan Fitzpatrick. I just think Fitzmagic is back. You look at the first 3 games when he started the season, he throws for 400 yards in each of them, no fewer than 3 touchdown passes in each of those. He comes in the third quarter last week against Cincinnati, 11 of 15, 194 yards and 2 touchdowns. Also had 1 carry for 18 yards. The guy had 19.56 fantasy points in a half of football. So my quarterback that I'm going with at $7,100, I love pay down opportunities, is Ryan Fitzpatrick. This is, a good spot for him. Taking a look at what the implied totals are, this game may not look like it's chalk city, but I think that Fitzmagic definitely will be very high owned in all formats this week, and I think he's very safe as well.
Yeah, no, great play. I like both sides of this game for sure. If Fitzpatrick definitely goes out there and he throws the ball probably 50 times this week. So I like the call. Moving over to the running back spot, the running back that I'm going to go with, obviously I just told you how much I like Cam Newton. Well, I'm going to stack him up with his running back, Christian McCaffrey. McCaffrey's not a regular running back. That's what you guys got to understand. And, the thing about the Tampa Bay D is, they're actually not too bad at stopping the rush. They're honestly not. I understand they've definitely got gas this year. Perfect example last week, Joe Mixon, he rushed for 23 times for 132 yards and 2 touchdowns. So, I understand that they have been gashed on the ground as well, but their real weakness is in the air. And McCaffrey, we know this dude, he gets, 6 to 8 targets every single week. He's got there was a game this year where he got 15 targets in one game. So he's getting a ton of targets in the air. Plus, he's their clear-cut running back. Last week, nothing special, but he did rush it 14 times for 45 yards and a touchdown. He also had 4 catches and a touchdown in the air as well. So he's just a dual threat back that, him and Cam Newton they're the offense. Cam Newton and McCaffrey are the offense really for Carolina, and the offense is rolling. So I'm going to go to their 2 main guys against the worst defense in the league. I'm going to go with McCaffrey as my pick at running back.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked. We didn't talk before we did this video. We both got our picks. We talked offline about let's get your picks. We'll do the video. I'm shocked you're taking McCaffrey. I really am, because for $100 more you get Alvin Kamara, and that's who I'm going with. I am going with Kamara, $8,000, $100 more than McCaffrey. This dude is the most explosive player in the NFL. The only person you could debate that's anywhere close who's explosive to him is Tyreek Hill. You look at Kamara, wasn't really sure what was going to happen when Ingram came back. He had the game where he only had 6 rushing attempts and 4 targets. He had 5.4 fantasy points. But since then, 17 rushes against Baltimore, 13 against Minnesota. Minnesota's defense obviously not what it was last year. But just take a look at the implied total for this game. The highest implied total on the slate is Carolina at 30.5. Tied with them is New Orleans at 30.5. I think this game is more of a – we last week really liked the Green Bay Rams game. We thought there'd be a ton of fantasy goodness in that game, and it kind of underwhelmed just a little bit on the Packers side. Drew Brees, I think, has a full complement of weapons. He has more weapons than Aaron Rodgers does. He has the 5th best offensive line in football. I think that this game is basically the game we were looking for last week with Green Bay and the Rams. I think New Orleans and the Rams this week absolutely goes off. Kamara is too cheap for this spot.
Yeah, so I understand the Kamara pay. The reason that I feel, this is me personally. I could be wrong. I think he's a little bit more GPP play, just because at the end of the day, Mark Ingram is still getting a ton of work. He's still getting a ton of work, so they are splitting a little bit. So that's one thing that scared me. And then the other thing is, and we've talked about it, the Rams defense is they're good. They're very, very good. And I expected a quarterback of Aaron Rodgers to actually have a pretty good week last week. We talked about that. It's Aaron Rodgers, But on the ground, I just don't know, how much room there really is going to be for Kamara, and the fact that him and Ingram are splitting. But I do like Kamara. Everybody in the industry is all over him. I've been seeing him everywhere, so I definitely think that he's a great call. I was just really liking the fact with McCaffrey that he's really just the only guy. So he's not having to worry about people. But yeah, no, I definitely like.
The one thing you can't forget, right? This is the same exact spot Kamara was in last year when they went to LA, and he had 5 carries, 87 yards, a touchdown, 6 catches, 101 yards, and a touchdown, and went nuts. So I think 8,000 is too cheap. I do agree with you. This is a tournament play for sure. But man, I love this spot for him. Love this spot.
So we'll move on to wide receiver. So the wide receiver I'm gonna go with, it's gonna be a guy. I'm gonna go right back to the well. Sometimes you got to go back to the well. I'm gonna go right back to the well with Jarvis Landry. Thing about it is Jarvis Landry, he's getting a ton of targets. The past 2 weeks he's got 18 catches. That's fine. The problem is he's just getting 2 3-yard catches, and he's bound to have a couple monster plays, possibly a monster touchdown. He hasn't had one this year. And now he gets a matchup this week going against Kansas City's defense. Kansas City's defense is ranked 31st in the league. They're not good at all. They're ranked 29th versus the pass. I'm really liking Jarvis Landry to have a breakout game. One thing I want to note as well is, they're going to be chasing. Obviously, we know Kansas City can put up points in a hurry, so they're going to be chasing pretty much the whole game. They got a new coach as well. The Browns got a new coach, so things could change a little bit. Maybe the coach opens up the playbook a little bit, because that's one problem I've been feeling the past couple of weeks with the Browns is they're just doing all short plays. They're not trying to hit nothing big. I just like Landry's consistency. 6.6 price tag, very fair for a guy who's had 27 targets in the past 2 weeks. I just think that he still gives us a solid floor on this buy low opportunity at 6.6.
So I'm going with your guy here. I'm going with Adam Thielen against Detroit. You got to look at what Seattle's no-name wide receivers did and Russell Wilson last week. Russell Wilson, I think, was 15 for like 18 or something like that, something stupid. I'll look at it right now. So he was 14 for 17, 240 yards and 3 touchdowns. The wide receivers in Minnesota are way better than what the wide receivers for Seattle are outside of Doug Baldwin. Doug Baldwin is a decent wide receiver in the NFL. But Baldwin only went, 2 catches. David Moore, Tyler Lockett all have touchdowns in big games. I love Adam Thielen this week in this spot. I think Detroit's defense is a not very good defense in the NFL. They struggle to defend both the run and the pass. I think Adam Thielen should feast. He's too good of a player against this really weak Detroit defense.
Hey, you know how I feel about Adam Thielen, man. Hey, I've told you guys the past 3 weeks, and I honestly was thinking about going back to the well with Adam Thielen. I was just trying to switch it up, and I felt that Landry was a really good, buy low opportunity. But I love the play of Adam Thielen. But I actually have him in my ref draft for this week. I mean, to be completely honest with you. So we'll move on to the tight end position. The tight end position, I mean, this week – oh man, tight end position has been one of those positions. It's been tough to nail. You either get burned or you get lucky in the very end and you just hit value. This week, I think that there's enough value. You even talked about we got a good value quarterback out there. I think I'm just gonna pay up. I'm gonna pay up this week at tight end. I'm gonna get me a solid floor, and I'm gonna go with Travis Kelce. I mean, Travis Kelce is leading the league for tight ends in fantasy points per game. I'm sorry, in fantasy points altogether. He's leading the league. He's just a couple yards behind Ertz for the most yards by a tight end as well. He's a monster red zone target. We know that the Chiefs are going to put up points. And I really like this spot for Kelce. Like I said, I like the floor that he's giving you. He's averaging 14 fantasy points on the season. And I mean, besides week 1, I mean, the lowest he's got was 9 fantasy points. And it was – it was against a New England defense who we obviously know that New England have good schemes and they take away your best player, and that's why we see Kelce get taken away. And in that game, Hill went off. So I like Travis Kelce in this spot. Going against the Browns. The Browns defense isn't very good at all. The price tag is creeping up. I understand. But in this position, I'm just tired of getting burned at tight end. I think that there's enough value that you can pay up for a solid floor.
Man, I honestly just don't know where to go at tight end this week. It's ugly. It's really ugly. You could take a look at a guy like Austin Hooper, but at $5,900, I'm not sure if I want to go there. And then you start looking at guys like Greg Olsen, who's probable. He's got the foot injury at 6,200 and a really good opportunity. And then obviously Trey Burton going against Buffalo. I honestly think that this is kind of for tournaments, this is the revolving door spot that you keep trying to fit a good play in that can get back, 2x for you. I don't want to pay up in this spot necessarily, but I also just don't want to punt it. So I'm going to look at guys, like a Tyler Higbee maybe. I'm going to look at guys like a Trey Burton at 6,100. I will even look at a guy like Charles Clay at 4,500 with the Rosen coming back. But tight end's ugly. I don't have an absolute solid pick that I can recommend right now on Thursday. But I will tell you that there's some guys I like, and that's who they are.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think also I just want to note is I think you can go back to the well on the Njoku as well. I definitely think you can go back to the well on him. The price tag actually dropped. He's only 5.2 now. And, I mean, in the past 3 games, he's got you at least 10 fantasy points. He's got, 28 targets the past 3 games, back-to-back touchdowns and back-to-back weeks. So I think you could look at him as well. But he's one of those guys that, I mean, he can go out there and give you 2 fantasy points. So there's not really
the thing for me, bro, is I wish this is the one week that I wish that NFL had the scoring format the NBA had, and you just threw away your lowest score, because I would just punt tight end this week and move on. Like, it's terrible. It's terrible.
Oh, definitely. So we'll round it off and we'll finish off with defense. So I'm not trying to be the Doug guy, but hey, I've been doing it all week. I mean, 2 weeks ago, I picked the Colts going against Buffalo, and it worked out for me. So why wouldn't I go right back to the well? Chicago Bears, I mean, obviously, they're the highest priced defense on the slate. I understand. But we're going to have some really good value on their slate. And they're going against a Buffalo team who's still trying to figure out pretty much who's going to start for quarterback this week for them. So I mean, the Buffalo is not in a good spot. LaShawn McCoy, how is he looking? Is he looking to be in, out? Or you should be looking real quick. So I mean, it's looking like possibly LaShawn McCoy could be back, but hey, I'm not really worried about LaShawn McCoy.
He finished up the Monday night game. McCoy,
Okay.
he's good to go.
Yeah, so I mean, what has he really done to scare us this season? He hasn't really done much, and then they have no quarterback. I'm just gonna go right back to the well with the Bears going against Buffalo as my defense.
Hey, call me crazy, all right? Call me crazy. You can do whatever you want. Call me crazy, nuts. I don't know what I'm talking about, but we left practice on Monday. Everybody's leaving practice to go watch the Monday night game, and I told everybody, I said, I'm gonna go watch Buffalo surprise everybody for their defense surprise everybody for 3 quarters. What'd they do? This Buffalo defense is legit, bro. It's a legit defense. They don't have a problem stopping people. Buffalo's got a problem scoring.
Right.
I don't mind playing Buffalo. That's the pick I'm going to give you a defense this week for only $3,000 and all of the really premium spots to pay up at this week. You really got to try to pay up probably at tight end, your receiver position, one of the running backs, and you got to pay on opportunity with Fitzpatrick. I'm going to look at Buffalo's defense. I'm going to play Buffalo's defense a lot this week and hope they get me 3, 4, 5 sacks and only give up 20 points to the Bears. I love the young talent they have on this defense. I think it's a really good defense. And they'll be a really good defense moving forward. But, you know, when their offense starts to be able to move the football and score some points, this defense will really shine. But for $3,000, you're going to give me Buffalo, who just held the Patriots down, really. That scores a little bit misleading because you had a pick 6 late in that game that really put New England over the edge. But that was a close game. They held New England down for 3 quarters. I'm going to roll Buffalo at $3,000, expecting them to do the same thing with Chicago.
Yeah, no, I was actually looking at them as well. I have them in my top 5 defense. I think they're a very good punt play defense on the week as well. In Chicago, I mean, for everything that they've been doing this year, positive on the offensive side of things, they have gone stagnant a little bit at times. You know, that's one thing we really got to know. So I really do like that Buffalo pick. And I think that's about it. I think that's all we got for our NFL Week 9 picks. You know, if you got any questions or you want, you know, to talk about somebody that we missed, you can hit us up, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at RotoBeast or at DFS Cheat Sheet. And, yeah, we'll be back in just a little bit. I'm going to be back with my NBA core plays. Jeremy will be back on the DFS Cheat Sheet YouTube channel with his NBA GPP core plays for the day. Got a lot of great things going on right now with the website. Do we have any questions?
There's just 2. I don't know if you want to. You have it up. Do you want to look at them, or you want me to?
I don't have it up. Go ahead. You can grab it, and I'll pull it up right now.
All right, man. So Daniel Boston wants to know Valdez Scantling. No one's talking about him. Arturo would like to know about Fitz, D-Jax, and a more stack. And then we've got Dylan Thompson asking us if you think you can stack Dak with Amari Cooper this week. So there's 3 questions. The first one. You can definitely stack Dak and Cooper in tournaments, not a cash play until it's kind of a let's see what happens and go from there type of situation. But I don't mind it for tournaments at all. It's definitely an upside play.
Yeah. And then so hold on one second. I'm pulling this up right now. So one thing about the guy, Scantling, I mean, that guy, he played very well when the other guys weren't in. That's one thing I do want to note about him. And, you know, it looked like he really got Aaron Rodgers' trust. So, hold on for me 1 second, bro.
That's not a main slate game either, I don't believe.
Yeah, I'm tripping. I'm looking on Fanduel. I'm like, why can't I find this? Okay, so
it's not a main slate game.
Okay, there you go. But either way, I do like Scantling. He played well when the other guys were out. You know, he earned some Aaron Rodgers trust. And we know Aaron Rodgers, he's one of those guys, if you build trust with him, he's going to go back to the well to you over and over. We've seen it the past years with Adams, with Nelson, even with Cobb. You know, he feels comfortable. He's going to throw you the ball. So I definitely think you can look at Scantling. What do you think about our Cowboys stacking Dak with Cooper? Well, let me look real quick. Is the Dallas game on the main slate?
Dallas game is not on the main slate. I believe that man, I've been so far into basketball. Let me pull the schedule up. I've only done research on the main slate. I haven't looked at the slates.
I mean, to be honest, these videos are there. We target main slate for these videos. You know, the picks outside the main slate. Not really. I mean, I just want to know. I just really need to know what is Cooper's price coming over. Let me look that up real quick.
You guys pull the Thursday through.
Yeah, hold on for 1 second. Pulling it up right now. Just for me, that's a price thing. So let me go to the Cowboys game really quick. So we got Cowboys are on Monday night.
Is he
6,400. He's in the concussion protocol. Is that what? But I think he's gonna play. 6,400. I think is a great. I think you could definitely stack up Dak and Amari Cooper as a GPP play on the Monday night slate. I'll just leave it at that. And that's it. That's all I got, bro. We got through them questions, and I'm ready to get out of here. You good?
the Scantling play? I just touch on that. So both these plays. Slate wise, if you're playing Monday through Thursday, you'll get those plays at ridiculously low ownerships in tournaments. And then the Scantling play is definitely a great play for that Thursday, Monday slate if you're going to play that, because it is a guy nobody's talking about, and that's the type of pick you need in that short slate. That's all I got.
All right. Hey, so we're out, guys. We'll be back shortly with our NBA videos. Like I said, go check out Jeremy on the DFS Cheat Sheet YouTube channel. He'll be up with his GPP core plays. I'll be right back in about 10 minutes with my NBA core plays for today. Thank you guys for watching our NFL Week 9 video, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.